About 1 kilometer from Tororo town resides 60-year-old lady Athieno Mary Kevin. She's a primary school teacher at Achilete Primary School, Rubongi Sub-County, Tororo District. She started living here in 2012 after divorcing her husband, whom she accuses of torturing her. Athieno is a mother of 6 children, 4 girls and 2 boys.
Or maybe he could pretend to be drunk, but his work was to come and fight. Even if he found when he had prepared a meal, what he could do, could pretend to ask for the food. In the end, if he goes kicking it off.
There were endless fights between Athieno and husband. Athieno bears scars on her body.
He had told me never to get back to the house, that something would happen, it would rain from down to up, and even explained to me that is your blood which will go up.
On the day she decided to leave, Athieno could not wait to see own blood, as promised by the husband, whom she had married in 1979 in a traditional marriage.
So that day, I just got my books, I got my bag, as if I was going to school, and I went to school all right, and I never went back home again.
This left children traumatized. They would miss her as a mother.
My children talk that, Mommy, don't leave, Mom, don't leave. Others could say, try again this year.
The decision to leave her marital home followed consultations from her children, the Adola Kingdom, and the church. Athieno is a member of the International Community of Women Living with HIV Eastern Africa, which she joined in 2016. She now serves in the Adola Kingdom as Minister for Gender.
When I moved to the villages to meet my women, as per the cultural institution, I use myself as a living example.
Gender-based violence escalates the spread of HIV/AIDS and other sexual transmission diseases among the married and unmarried persons. It is an obstacle to development and affects productivity. The 2011 Uganda Police Force report puts gender-based violence statistics at 74% in eastern Uganda, 60% in Karamoja, 58% in northern region, 56% in western, 41% in Kampala region, and 24% in central Uganda. The 2013 Uganda Police report shows that 315 people died as a result of domestic violence. 3,426 cases of domestic violence were investigated, compared to 2,793 in 2012, indicating an increase of 18.4%. Ayo Proskovia works with the International Community of Women Living with HIV Eastern Africa, also sits on Tororo District AIDS Committee.
My husband was a driver, and he was a drunkard, I must admit. And whenever he would come home, all over tipsy and not at all understanding what he was doing, he would fight. So that's how gender-based violence came in my life, and that's how I got the infection of HIV. Yeah, he died in 1999.
Thomas Okoth, former Prime Minister from the Adola Kingdom, and an elder says the kingdom is encouraging HIV testing among couples before issuing them with marriage certificates.
For example, gender-based violence would come as a result of discovering that you deceived me. You said you were free, kumbe you are not what? Free. Definitely there will be violence in the house. If, on the other hand, they trusted one another and they said, okay, I know you are positive, I know I'm negative, but because I love you, let's go ahead and do what? It will definitely improve on what? The issues of gender-based violence.
Peter Ekikina, a GBV champion in Tororo District, says women suffer because traditionally they are left out in land ownership.
Yeah. Now, when the lady gets married, she can either she's global there, she's tortured, she cannot come back here because the parents said, we sold you, we ate the cows, we ate the money, we ate the things.
Because he denied me even what? Their land, and even said if I died, my bones would go and spoil their land. So I had nowhere, and I still have nowhere to be buried.
But you see, it takes a teacher. How about this gardener? How about this housewife? How about this young girl? Can she also reach that point where she can take a decision and say, enough is enough?
Elizabeth Mushabe, from the United Nations Agency for Empowerment of Women says there is need to integrate gender dimensions and principles into the country applications.
Many times where there is HIV, GBV has been reported as one of the drivers, one of those things that make it possible for HIV to smile. In the upcoming counter applications, the Global Fund needs to come out clear on an intervention that is going to see us reduce exposure to violence and clearly mobilize communities, tell them the dangers, those that have been affected, rehabilitate them and resettle them back in their communities and empower them to move and to live dignified lifestyles.
The State Minister for Gender and Culture, Peace Mutuzo, says women need equal treatment to turn around this economy.
We are looking at empowering the women and girls, most importantly economically, but also in as far as education is concerned, in as far as equipping our health services is concerned.
Gender-based violence burdens the health sector as well as legal services. The children within violence-affected households have mental disorders like depression and anxiety, which affects their performance in school. Bernard Iga, UBC TV, reporting.